Hey friends, how's it going? This is Gloria. It's been a minute, it's been a while. Love you guys. How's it going? I hope everyone is well. I'm popping in here because if you realized I haven't been on for the last couple of sessions, and so there's a lot going on behind the scenes and a lot of like sudden changes and stuff. And then with summertime and all of that, it's all like fun stuff, all like great changes. Nothing bad or anything like that. But it is it's been a bit kind of disruptive in my schedule with you guys. So we're doing some fun things though. We're gonna meet in person. So get ready to meet in person. Um, and I can only handle a really little tiny group. So I'll be doing my first one, and then we'll see how it goes from there. So I am still having scheduled a women's gathering, which is on a larger scale. Hi, I can't see who's there, but hi, I can see someone clicking like and stuff. Um, but make a comment and then I can see who it is. Um, oh, Jojo, what is up, Joseph? How's it going? How's it going? In fact, Joe, talking about my event, Jojo is supposed to be my chef. He's making some lumpia and stuff. We have to schedule him in. He's an awesome chef there who cooks some great food, and you can order that, does some catering. So yeah, if you see him making comments, hit him up, say, hey, I need someone to do some catering for me and pay him good, okay? So I just moved. I moved to Santee. I'm up against the mountains here, so you know I crack up because I have a cowboy hat that I wear just to get into the you know the theme of everything as pertaining to where I live. It's kind of like cowboy country back here. Um, so it's lots of beautiful parks and stuff. Um, but I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath little condo upstairs, and I'm looking forward to having a few people come over. I can only handle like maybe like 10 people at a time, and we'll schedule you in to come in and have a dinner, and you know we'll have some great fun. It's going to be ministry, so it'll be ministry time, and I'll have a guest speaker. So at these events, you know, first come, first serve kind of thing. It's only 10 people, and you know, I even less, maybe less than that. Well, let me see how many people I can handle by just inviting my friends for my housewarming. Um, and so I'm going to have a guest speaker at these events, these little tiny ones at my house. They're going to be little dinner parties, and I'm going to have a secret guest speaker. And you guys, you got to know, if you know me, then you know, okay? I know some pretty well-known people um, who I have access to, and many other people do not have access to these people. And you know, I can schedule them in for a little secret, um, intimate little speaking event. And so, you know, it'll be it'll be a kind of a surprise as to who it is, because I don't want the word to get out and all of that. You know, then I got lines, you know, at my house and stuff, and you can't be having that. um, so we'll see how I can run that. The other event that is coming up, that is in November, and that's going to be a larger scale. You know, and that's free. Yeah, I don't charge for the events that I put on. I do take up, an offering, a donation or whatever, just to help to pay for, catering and, the speakers who are maybe a high, caliber of speaker that are coming in like that, but, um, that's about it really. Everything is pretty much, friends of mine and stuff. And I wanna share that with you, and I think that my friends also wanna share with you as well. Um, you know, People are excited about, having, the place to come and minister to friends from all over the place, minister to people that might want or need some ministry time. And so, all of my friends are people that, they're approachable, you can say hi to them, you can go and shake their hand and all the things, they're not gonna be somewhere off on some big old stage where, you're sitting, miles away from them and, you're happy to be there, but you're miles away. So, you will be able to be, up front and center. Everyone will be able to, say hi and take a picture or whatever. Um, so that's what I want to share with you. And then, you know, uh, my schedule, I work a full-time job and I have a part-time job and I have a full-time ministry. So I'm self-funded. I have a nonprofit called Heart of the City San Diego, which I founded. Heart of the City San Diego aims to come alongside of people who are already helping people, basically. We've helped a few different people. We've helped a small little tiny church before they had an event and I helped them out. And then, we came alongside of you know, a woman, a single mom who was living in Hawaii. She was in Maui during the wildfires, the Lahaina wildfires, and she was helping the family. She actually housed them, and then she used her old transportation to transport them to and from the help centers. Her car broke down, so we were able to help her, um, you know, fix her car and stuff. And you know, uh, we do stuff like that. So, you know, basically, excuse me, we're always looking for an opportunity to, kind of be a surprise. It's kind of, I kind of like to surprise people. I don't really tell people up front that I'm going to help them, like this lady, right? She had no clue. She had no clue. She was a friend of mine. She was living in Hawaii. The wildfires had happened. We had already been talking about, me going over there and visiting and stuff. When the wildfires happened, I'm this person that just seizes opportunity, and I love to. I'm a chaplain, so I love to be, in the mix of things. So, um, well, I just seized the opportunity to go down there, and she allowed me to stay at her house. She just with no, didn't ask me for anything, just opened her home to me. Began to share the story of her housing someone, and then we met that person. We took them out to eat and got to know their story, and she still follows me here on Facebook and stuff. Her name is Perlina, and she lost everything, 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 and she's rebuilding now. Just a crazy story. It was that fire was devastating. It really truly was. And so my friend didn't know. She didn't know. I was listening to everything and watching everything, and watching the interaction and listening to the stories and stuff. And I basically blessed them, and we took Perlina out to eat, and then I was able to help my friend. She all the way to the point where we all went to the auto. auto mechanic store, and right then when she was going to go pay for it herself. I paid for it for her. So through Heart of the City San Diego. So we seize opportunities like that to help out. Um, I wish somebody would have helped me in that way. There were many people that helped. I'm grateful to the many years of supporters and people like that that helped in the ministry in England. I'm still an active pastor here in San Diego. I am an active pastor with Praise Chapel Christian Fellowship, and I'm a licensed pastor. And so, I am appreciative of the years of people giving. I think that people have shied away from giving. I think that it's become icky. Um, People have abused it and things. So the way that I do ministry is I do free events, and um, you know I don't ask for. I may ask for an offering, when we do our event, one time thing, but like on an ongoing basis and things like that, and people come over for dinner and I'm doing ministry or I'm online, you'd never hear me constantly asking for money, do you? I'm not like, having that constant thing. It's kind of, you know, I, 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 whatever donations come in, they go straight through Heart of the City San Diego. And whatever funding is in that, it is to operate the nonprofit, and but also to seize opportunities to help in the city of San Diego for people that are, here in San Diego. I have a team, a team that comes alongside of me. A young man who is a veteran, a young military veteran. He is from Paradise Hills originally, and he was coming to. I randomly opened up a Bible study. When I was coming back, I was broken. I was, going through divorce and all the things. Met Joe here, who's commenting. He was my supervisor at the time. One of my first jobs at Horton Plaza, one of California's most dangerous. Is documented California's most dangerous mall. When we worked there, um, and so Joseph was always trying to teach me how to toughen up a little bit, and he would teach me. He would say, "Okay, go talk to that person over there. No, you got to be a little more aggressive." He's like, "No, say yo, yo." And so I crack up that Joseph was the one who taught me how to say yo. And they did have to look after me because I was known for taming um, 5150s, which I was a little bit too confident there, and you can't like get too confident when you're talking with or escorting a 5150 out off the property. Um, And so, I would be talking to them. I'd be praying under my breath because I believe that, there's demons and there's warfare going on behind the scenes and stuff. And then just with a calm voice, I would talk to people. Um, but my camera's dropping here. Anyways, so yeah, that's a little backstory on all of that. And the veteran guy, I was talking to you about the veteran guy. So yeah, I went through Horton Plaza. I was just coming back, and then I said, you know what? I'm going to open up a Bible study. I'm just going to randomly open up a Bible study, and I'm going to invite people on Facebook. And the first time I went out, I invited people. I, started my Bible study. Went out to the park, where we were meeting, and I said, Lord, you know. are you still using me? I don't know, because I was going through, I was broken. I was going through, well, I thought I was broken. I wasn't really broken. um, but, I thought that the emotions were so high and so painful that I thought that I was broken. And you're not broken. If I wasn't broken, you're not broken either. Um, and so I said, you know what? I'm going to fight this with, you know, opening a Bible study. So I did, and I went out there, no one showed up, you know. But I wasn't really discouraged. I was actually like, this is a great experiment. That's what I felt like. And so, I wasn't really discouraged. I was just like, wow, this is great. This is really great. And I was encouraged. I encouraged myself. My family didn't care. My mom was like, thought I was strange. She thought I was having a nervous breakdown. She was kind of concerned. Um, I just didn't know what to think. My family members did make fun of me, and in fact, they criticized me. But that's going to happen. Most of you know that when you try to do something that is different, aside from someone else, the way that people, well, not people, but the way that family members respond, um, is going to be way different than the way that um, other people are going to respond to you. So lo and behold, this young man came to my Bible study, and he brought another elderly man to my Bible study with him. They were both veterans. One was an older veteran, in his 70s, and then the younger guy was barely in his 30s. Uh, and then another lady came, and she was a veteran, and she was in her, at the time, late, late 70s, and she was coming from she was just transitioning from living on her own and going into a senior living community, which I had no clue was going to be a part of my journey. No clue whatsoever. I had no clue. I just knew that I was sitting there and I was like, this is great. And so the young man, and he was a young veteran, he said, can we have a barbecue? I'll bring my barbecue pit. Can we have a barbecue? And he wanted to feed the homeless. And I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, all these homeless people are going to come gather around us. And I just thought, I don't know. I don't know if I can handle that, right? I was having other imaginations, right? In my mind of how I wanted it to go, right? That's not how God wanted it to go. So, um, I didn't want to stop him from doing what it is that God wanted him to do, and I wanted to be a support. So I said, yeah, go for it. But in my mind, I'm thinking, oh no, what's going to happen here? Because I have helped the Dream Center, the San Diego Dream Center, and I have seen like miles and miles and miles of people that are in need that I could not possibly have help, right? So here we are, and he's has barbecue, and lo and behold, other people start coming up, active duty, people with their families and their kids. Another person came, and this elderly lady kept coming. She was a veteran Air Force, and then it turned into, one or two homeless people would come by, and we'd give them some food and stuff like that. But it didn't turn into some big old long line or anything. Um, you know, we just became this little misfit family. We were the motley crew of San Diego. And, we were truly multicultural and misfit, really badly, like really badly. And, I just let God do what God was gonna do, and turns out that the elderly lady, moved into a senior community, where we went to go and visit her. We met in the lobby area, and this is beautiful senior community in National City. And so, she started attending a little church that was inside of there. Um, and, she was getting to be a part. She's a bass player and everything. And she was starting to be a part of it. And we started to, just visit and just encourage her and things. And our whole little team was going in there. And and so, you know, we became a part of the senior community. And the young guy comes back to me and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "I think they're looking for a pastor." He said, he goes, "I think you should go and apply." I was like, "Apply?" I didn't I'm not from the kind of ministry that you apply to become a pastor. I don't know what that means. And so I'm like, "Apply, apply." I didn't want him to know that I didn't know what the heck he was talking about. That I was like, "Apply?" And so he goes, "Yeah, go talk to this person," right? Because he said, I heard them talking about that they need. I guess he got to know some of the people there that were operating the little church. And, so I was like, I went to go and visit it, and I was like, "Well, they look like they're doing good. They have some speaker there." Like, it doesn't look like they need a pastor. It looks like they already have pastor. Somebody's already speaking. So I was like, "Oh, okay." So some other young guy comes over and he says hi, and, he's helping, operate the big old control boards right there in the back. It's like in the walkway where you can have access to say hi. And, so I was talking to him, "I heard that you guys were looking for a pastor." He goes, "Yes, we are, we are." He goes, "Here, here's the number to the person to call." And I was like, "The person to call?" And I go, "What church is it? Like, who is it?" And he goes, "It's Eastlake Community," right? And I go, "Eastlake Community? What?" I go, "Oh my gosh, I think my friend Mingo is a part of the Eastlake Community." And then I think he's at Torrey Pines, but I think it's Eastlake. I didn't understand the whole, what it was. I really didn't. And, I went and I called the guy, and he's like, "Well," he goes, "We kind of are looking for someone." And then he goes, he was just asking me a few questions, but not really. So I kinda got off the phone and I was more confused because I was like, "Okay," I was like, "Are they or are they not?" I didn't know what was going on. So I talked to Mingo and I said, "Are they looking for?" He goes, "Yes, they are. I think they are." He goes, "Let me talk to some people." So he talked to some people, and then, somebody called me back and they said, "Go to this go over here and fill out this paperwork online or whatever, and then come in." And so I was like, "Okay, I'll come in." And then I went through, a series of interviews, and other staff pastors talked to me and things. A bunch of pastoral girls talked to me as well. And lo and behold, I'm now pastoring inside of this senior community. I'm a part of Peace Lake community. Their pastor. I had no clue that that was going to happen to me. I did not know what was going to happen. But then we had the pandemic, and the pandemic just shut down, literally shut down all senior communities all over the world, not just in San Diego, not just state to state, in the world. It shut down senior communities. It was sad. It was awful. So I created we and the one of the one speaker guy kept going in there. We weren't supposed to go in there. It was not, not supposed to be doing that. But I developed a phone call conferencing thing. We went back old school. I was like, this is what we used to do back in the day. We used to do phone call conferencing stuff, right? Um, you know, but now people were doing Zoom calls, but it was too difficult and too hard for someone who was 80 years old to understand how to get on a Zoom call. By now, a lot of the 80-year-olds kind of have learned it. They know it, but they were maybe a little bit younger during the pandemic. It was 4 years back right now. So you know the phone call system was much easier for them. They could totally do. So they would just call in, and they you should have heard their voices when they heard each other on the phone in a conference. Mabel, is that you? Yeah, yeah, that's me. Hey, hey, Evelyn, is that you? Hey, Warren, is that you? Yeah, that's me. Oh my gosh, the joy that I had when I heard them doing that. Oh, um, so we had the guy, and the speaker guy that was there had been there, for the longest time. We had him do his sermon right there on the phone call. And so, we basically we got real lazy because most of us were in our pajamas, doing these phone calls because you can't see each other. And then, my schedule at work changed so bad. I had to get a job. I was Ubering, and Uber was like insane to do during the pandemic. It was very dangerous. People were really mean and aggressive, and even wanted to fight you if you told them to put the mask on and stuff. Had people get in the car who were puking sick because they had COVID. Wanted me to take them from one house to another house. Things like that would happen. Just it was insane. So I landed a job at another community, and I just stuck to that just to give me some income and stuff. But the hours, they kept throwing me around here and there and here and there, wherever they needed me. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I still kept trying to do this, but then they shut down the whole thing um, down there. So, it was basically just the phone calling in for 3 years like that, I think it was. And then now they're full blown back again and stuff like that. But, I'm no longer the pastor there, but, I am still a part of the whole family there. But, it's just insane what God was doing. Um, and who knew? Like, who knew? And I learned so much through that whole experience. Things that I wanted to learn, things that I needed to learn. And I think we all, as pastors, learned, that we were in a situation where no one knew what to do. You back in the day, we had the cocky, uh, experienced, mega church pastors and all the things. Well, the pandemic put all of us on an even playing field. We were all on an even playing field. Nobody knew what to do, and we were all learning how to navigate this new world situation. Okay. And I had to keep reminding people that, you know, you're not supposed to know what to do. No, no one, no one knows what to do. No one in this whole entire world has been through anything like this, except for maybe someone who was maybe 90 years old. And those guys, in the senior community, that I was working with there, pastoring and stuff, they're like, "Ah, this ain't nothing. Are you serious? This ain't nothing. We aren't scared of this stuff. Are you kidding me? We went through this, we went through that. You know, this is ridiculous. I'm not wearing my mask." You know, half of them were like, if I get sick and die, I mean, it was meant to be. I mean, I'm 90. You know, they were seriously like that. No one was really. I mean, some people were very, very scared, of course, you know, but because it was in the beginning, it was pretty bad. But we went through that. We got through that. We learned to through that, right? So, you know, I am here today. And through all of that, I developed a nonprofit. I've since gone overseas and helped out with the Ukrainian crisis situation, Lahaina, you know, and just different other, you know, situations. I've been over to London, talking with people there, you know, and just built a community, um, you know, and just, you know, letting people know, you know, where I'm at today, what I'm doing today. Um, and so that's, uh, this is what's happening now. And, you know, we're really looking forward to some really great future here with Heart of the City San Diego nonprofit. And all of my friends who I stay connected to, you know, I stay connected to other churches. You know, I'm a pastor, I have a, you know, a little ministry. But I still go, you know, and I still go to church, you know, I still go to visit other churches. You know, I I I don't see why that's not okay. You know what I mean? Um, in fact, I encourage senior pastors to go and sit in, just be the just be a churchgoer. Just go. It humbles you. It'll keep you humble. To go and sit in and just, you know, observe everything. Just observe someone that you really admire, you know, and go to their churches, sneak in. I love to sneak in to people's churches that I really admire. Some I'm gravely disappointed, gravely disappointed, and learn very quickly that it's all just a performance. And others, I am immensely, immensely blessed and surprised at how warm and inviting and loving and approachable some people really are. And so you want to make sure that you stay like that. You want to make sure that you stay somebody who is, you are not a celebrity. You are not a celebrity. And so, you know, when you start getting to a place where you think you're a celebrity, and you know, and you've gotten so big that you know you're you know you gotta have a line of people before someone can even say hi to you. Um, I don't know if I want to live like that. I don't think, you know, that's not a happy way to live. Um, you know, and I would rather, you know, I'm kind of introverted, extroverted anyway. But, you know, I want to be someone who's always approachable. You know, I listened to a young man back when I was, you know, just becoming a senior pastor in England. And I was still in my 30s, just, you know, just turning 30, and I had my little children there. And, you know, this man from Assemblies of God, AOG, he was a missionary from AOG, yeah, UK. Uh, and he was coming, I forget where he was from. I want to say he was from Romania or something. But he was ministering an amazing word, anointed. It was very simple. There was no theatrical anything in it, you know. It was just very, there was no like, you know, thus saith the Lord. It was none of that. It was It was just straight and simple, um, you know, and there was no elegance in it. It's nothing. It's just very, but it was anointed. And a little boy kept wanting to go on the stage, and I was trying to help out by, distracting the little boy and, playing with him or whatever, holding him or whatever. Um, and the man, he's a young man, I want to say maybe in his 20s, a young family. And he stopped preaching and he said, "Let me have my child." And the little boy ran up there and he held the little boy in his arms. This impacted me so much so, okay? Making me cry. It always makes me cry. But he held the little boy in his arms and he said, I will never stop my children, no matter what I'm doing. I will never stop my children from having access to me. I think that's how Jesus is, he said. He said, Jesus, no matter if we're naughty, no matter what we do, if we're good, if we sit still, or if we just want to be with Jesus, he will not stop you from having access to him ever. He held his little boy in his arms and cuddled him and continued on with his message. And it chokes me up to this day because I had never seen that happen. I'd never seen that happen. In all the days that I have been a Christian, I'd never seen that happen. And I thought, wow. I thought that out of all the time that have ever heard any great, amazing, theatrical, or simple message, that was the best message I had ever heard. It like drove into my heart so bad that I thought, wow, now that was a message. Simple. He just went on and started saying how good God is, and that's it. Anyone could have done that. Anyone could have done that, but he did it. He did it, right? So God always allows us access to him. Doesn't matter where you've been, what you've done, or who you are, you always have access to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, okay? So I want to leave you with that. Look for my new dates and times that I'll be here streaming, and then look for some little small dinner events that I'll have here with some guest speakers, okay? And maybe I have a friend who's a guitarist, and maybe we'll have them come and sing some worship for us as well. I'm sure that they will. They will be happy to bless you, okay? So bye for now. I love you and have a great, wonderful day.